On March 25, 2022, a deputy from the Indian River County Sheriff's Office was alerted by a detective about a gray, older-style suburban SUV fleeing. The deputy spotted the vehicle driving recklessly, swerving into oncoming traffic without any immediate police pursuit. Upon noticing the deputy's marked patrol car with emergency lights, the suspect quickly altered course, making a U-turn in an attempt to evade capture, prompting the deputy to initiate a pursuit.
Units on the west of the 95 ramps, in case that's where it's trying to go.
I'm gonna have to back off on the bit. His speeds are 95. I'm going way too fast to pit.
Yeah, 10-4.
UNL coming over the bridge, probably southbound 86 would be my guess. That is 10-4, southbound 86.
After a brief stint on the highway, the suspect abruptly veered off, leading the trooper on an unexpected off-road pursuit.
He's eastbound on 21st Street. From 86th Avenue in Oslo.
Okay, should be coming back out.
You went down?
Yep, you can only get out one way. It's pretty sporty back here, so I'm trying to get up to head up.
The trooper steadily closed the gap between himself and the suspect. Another trooper joined the pursuit to provide support, but the original trooper remained the primary unit in the chase.
Okay, back westbound 21st Street. Hey, stand by, watch out.
Awesome. Coming over the bridge.
Stay good. Hit one pair of sticks, looks like he's gonna hit another.
Two spike strips were deployed in an attempt to stop the suspect, but both were unsuccessful. However, the suspect, unfamiliar with the area, eventually drove into a dead end.
Coming up to the range, dead end. We're going to have a signal for he's going to crash through the gate.
The suspect was stopped at the dead end, where he calmly exited the vehicle and walked toward the troopers. He was promptly arrested and taken into custody, bringing this wild and reckless chase to a definitive end.
Running. White male, I think, ran into the storage building, guys. He's trying to go through that fence. He's fixing to try to go through the fence.
Lufkin Police and the Angelina County Sheriff's Office, acting on reports that Leland Randolph, a convicted felon on parole, possessed a fully automatic rifle, stolen guns, and vehicles, tracked him to a storage facility. On Thursday afternoon, investigators spotted Randolph with two women transferring items into a black Chevrolet pickup truck. When officers entered the facility with an armored vehicle and SWAT team, due to Randolph's potential for being armed, the suspect spotted them through binoculars and fled, prompting a pursuit. 37-year-old Leland Randolph was brought to a stop after a pit maneuver. Refusing to surrender, Randolph leapt from his vehicle and attempted to flee on foot.
Get down! Give me your hand! Hold on. Show your hand. Get that left hand out.
I just didn't want to go to jail today.
Hey, dude, you put so many people in danger, though, man.
Bro,
come on now.
this is my life.
I know, but
If I was taking
everybody
your
else's
life away, no. If I was
everybody
taking,
else's life.
Come on, man.
It's a lot more than just your life.
Leland Randolph was arrested and charged with the following: stolen vehicle warrant, possession of a fully automatic rifle, possession of multiple stolen guns, and possession of stolen vehicles. These charges stemmed from a joint investigation by Lufkin Police and the Angelina County Sheriff's Office. On June 13, 2023, an FHP trooper was patrolling northbound on US 27 near Harvest Boulevard in Lake County, Florida, when he spotted a gray Lexus speeding at 90 miles per hour in a 55 zone. Radar confirmed the vehicle's speed at 87 miles per hour. The driver pulled over, and troopers initially thought this would be just another routine traffic stop. But what unfolded next was far from routine. It was about to take a turn for the worse. After stopping the Lexus, the trooper requested the usual documents, but the encounter quickly escalated. The driver, Abdulrahman Gaddah Sami, denied the speeding allegations and provided evasive answers about the car's expired New York registration, which had been overdue for over 6 months. When informed the vehicle would be towed, Sami grew argumentative, directing offensive remarks at the troopers, and even attempting to seek help from passers-by. Despite being assured of a supervisor's contact, Sami's frustration only grew. As citations were issued, Sami resisted, making physical contact with the trooper. When handcuffing was attempted, Sami ignored commands, exited the vehicle, and struggled against the troopers.
Get out of the vehicle. Come on, step out of the vehicle. I did not hear you. Step out of the vehicle. Are you serious? Step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle. You are under arrest. Step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle. This is the fault. You want to do I'm not. I'm turning the officer. I am turning the back. I'm turning back. Are you serious? My hands off of
The situation took a turn when Sami was placed into the back seat of the patrol car. That's when chaos began.
Officer, can you open the window? I can't breathe. Officer, I can't breathe. Open the window. Oh my God. Freddie! 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 Please, open the window!
1049,
Please open the window!
As a result of his actions, Sami now faces multiple charges, including battery against a law enforcement officer, resisting arrest without violence, and failing to report a vehicle address change within the required time frame. What began as a simple speeding violation quickly escalated into a series of offenses that landed him in much deeper trouble than a traffic citation. On Friday, April 26, 2024, Craighead County Sheriff's deputies received information about a stolen Jeep Cherokee from Jonesboro, heading northbound on Highway 63 towards Sedgwick in Lawrence County. Deputies were informed that a white man with white hair would be driving the Jeep. Deputies observed a vehicle matching the stolen vehicle's description with a white male driver. After running the Tennessee tags, which came back as fictitious, deputies attempted a traffic stop. After failing to stop, the pursuit began with multiple patrol cars involved. The suspect then took things to another level, making this chase something you definitely don't see every day. After driving through the woods, the suspect re-emerged onto the road and the chase continued, with even more patrol cars joining in the pursuit. One deputy decided to make a left turn as the suspect had stopped and began fleeing through residential areas. A deputy in a nearby patrol truck also took off after him, but neither was aware that another deputy was approaching from behind. The two deputies ended up colliding, causing an accident, but the pursuit of the suspect continued regardless. Deputies quickly caught and detained the suspect. During the arrest, Huff claimed his name was Butch Stevens from Kentucky, but his true identity was revealed after being fingerprinted in the automated fingerprint identification system. During a search of the Jeep, deputies discovered a glass pipe with residue believed to be methamphetamine, a plastic bag containing 0.5 grams of methamphetamine, and 4 pills suspected to be hydrocodone. On Monday, April 29th, Craighead County District Judge Tommy Fowler found probable cause to charge 52-year-old Edward Gene Huff with the following: fleeing, possession of a Schedule I or the SAO-controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, theft by receiving greater than $25,000, obstructing governmental operations, fictitious vehicle license, resisting arrest. Huff is being held in the Craighead County Detention Center on a $100,000 cash surety bond. He's also wanted in Tennessee and Maryland on multiple felony warrants. On February 3rd, 2024, in Clay County, Kentucky, a Dodge Caliber was spotted speeding. When Trooper Dylan Rose activated his emergency lights and sirens, the driver refused to stop, prompting Trooper Rose to inform other units as the pursuit began. The pursuit quickly moved out of the city into a rural area with limited visibility, making the situation even more dangerous. Adding to the risk, the fleeing driver recklessly driving in lane for oncoming traffic.
Jackson County on Baldwin. off the branch and back to Control Street. Take 15, lead car up. Go back in the road. We want into the road. Drink back in the playground.
The fleeing driver led Trooper Dillon deep into the mountains under the cover of darkness. Alone in the pursuit with no backup nearby, Trooper Dillon faced the challenge of navigating an unfamiliar area, relying on his training to handle the unpredictable situation.
We're getting back on the Dodge calendar. And boy, we just turned left onto Robinson Street. I will know here. There are a couple landmarks I know, but I haven't gone.
On the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Don't move! Who else is in the car?
Nobody, sir.
As the driver made a sharp left turn and began heading uphill, the pursuit came to an abrupt stop. With nowhere left to run, the suspect exited the vehicle and surrendered, lying on the ground. Trooper Dillon swiftly arrested him, bringing this intense mountain chase to a close.
What's your name?
John.
John what?
Brumley.
John Brumley. We chased you a month ago. I don't know where we're at.
Next to Bridge Branch.
Hang on just a second. Where we're at?
Next to Bridge Branch.
On December 21st, 2022, Trooper Moister attempted to block in a dark gray stolen Mini Cooper Countryman in the parking lot. The driver, later identified as Mariah Davis, a white female, and her passenger, later identified as Shandarius Johnson, a black male, fled past Trooper Moister's vehicle onto Highway 70, turning westbound. Trooper Moister advised that his vehicle had been struck by the stolen car and a pursuit ensued. These 3 patrol cars were en route to assist in the pursuit. After about 10 minutes, they successfully joined the chase, helping to increase the pressure on the fleeing suspects.
They're a couple blocks south off of 107. Correction, east.
After a high-speed pursuit that stretched across multiple streets and intersections, the suspect vehicle, a stolen Mini Cooper, was successfully stopped when the trooper deployed a stop stick, striking the front passenger side tire. The vehicle crashed into a culvert near Wesley Drive in Maryland, bringing the chase to an end. The passenger, Shandarius Johnson, was immediately taken into custody. Meanwhile, the driver, Mariah Davis, fled into a nearby underground pipe. Despite the K-9 warning, Davis initially resisted but eventually surrendered after hearing the K-9. She was taken into custody without further incident. Upon searching the scene, officers discovered meth and drug paraphernalia. The stolen Mini Cooper, valued at $20,000, sustained approximately $10,000 in damages. Both suspects were transported to the hospital, and Davis was later taken to jail. The vehicle was towed by Phillips Brothers. On August 16, 2024, Deputy Johnson observed a stolen U-Haul truck in Rex, Georgia, and initiated a traffic stop. The driver, later identified as Aaron Wyman Oliver, fled the scene, driving recklessly and failing to stop at multiple intersections.
Full traffic. Made a left onto Homestead Road. Speeds 50, traffic light. Ran stop sign passing Homestead Circle.
Homestead on where?
I'm making a left onto Minnow Road from Homestead Road. Speeds 50 miles an hour, traffic conditions light. Approaching Stagecoach Road. Approaching Stagecoach Road, just crossing over Stagecoach on Coatsworth Drive.
The pursuit raged on, with the suspect careening across several roads, running stop signs as if they didn't even exist.
Making a left onto Wayne J. Strokes Boulevard. Wayne J. Strokes Boulevard. Coming up to East Atlanta Road. Approaching East Atlanta Road, traffic conditions light, speeds 45 miles an hour. Left onto East Atlanta Road. From Coatsworth Drive, vehicle slowing down a little bit. Negative, we're still continuing pursuit, passing Stokes Drive. Still westbound on East Atlanta Drive. Coming up to West Village Parkway.
The trooper wasted no time. He quickly accelerated, positioning himself to execute the pit maneuver at the first opportunity.
There's somebody behind you.
Negative, I'm still by myself. Setting up for a pit.
Trooper executed the pit maneuver, successfully bringing the suspect's vehicle to a stop. But as soon as the vehicle halted, the suspect jumped out and ran on foot, attempting to flee the scene.
I'm on the ground, man. I'm on the ground. I'm on the ground, bro.
Plate 97.
Please, I'm on the ground, bro.
I got one at gunpoint.
I'm on the ground. What the f*** are you trying to pull me over for?
I'll be at the intersection Fairview Road and... Can you give me that street name?
The suspect, identified as Aaron Wyman, Oliver barely had a chance to flee as the trooper immediately apprehended him. He was quickly arrested and taken into custody without further incident. Aaron Wyman Oliver was charged with multiple offenses, including fleeing or attempting to elude a law enforcement officer driving a stolen vehicle, violation of probation, criminal trespass, battery, family, violence, aggravated assault. Additionally, the stolen U-Haul was impounded and Oliver was transported to Clayton County Jail after receiving medical treatment. On October 18, 2021, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Wauwatosa police received a report about a stolen vehicle in the area. After canvassing the vicinity, they spotted a car matching the description. Emergency lights and sirens were activated, but the driver failed to stop, kicking off a high-speed pursuit. With every move, officers were certain they were chasing the right suspect, hoping to bring the dangerous chase to a safe conclusion.
566 Boyd. It's a white Sportage, northbound on Harding, eastbound on Locust. They were at a gas station, jumped in the car, took off, and they saw me. Southbound 64, the white Kia Sportage has a window busted out, suspected to be a stall.
Vehicle is stolen out of Milwaukee. Data theft is 1012.
Northbound 61. Speeds are 20. Now westbound, get your street in a second. Northbound through an alley, we're paralleling Appleton. westbound.
With the suspect driving recklessly, this was no easy task for the officers. This officer stood out, skillfully providing every detail about the pursuit to dispatch while staying incredibly close to the fleeing vehicle. His ability to maintain control of the situation while coordinating with backup was impressive, but the job wasn't done yet.
From Appleton. Slowing all the way for a stop sign. Almost struck a vehicle though, southbound 60th. Correct himself, stand by. Eastbound Hadley, almost crashed. Southbound Appleton. Speeds are 40. Light to medium traffic, no pedestrians. Just slowing for the red at center. He went through the red at center. Coming up to Elizabeth Merge. Looks like two light pedestrians. Northbound 55 from Lisbon. Right on him. He's going to go northbound on 54. Coming up to Clark, eastbound Clark from 54. I'm right on him, 30 miles per hour. He's slowing for the stop.
As the suspect raced through the urban area, executing a TVI wasn't an option. The officer remained close, carefully watching and waiting for the right moment. With the suspect's unpredictable driving darting from street to street, it was difficult for backup to anticipate his next move.
Northbound 49 from our line. We're in a parking lot. He's going to come back around. Northbound.
Dispatch with District 7.
I'm right on him. 30 miles per hour. Continuing eastbound. 048. Disregard the stop at 47. Crash. Bail at Sherman. The car's still going. I got the driver pinned in the car. Show your hand!
Running southbound.
At the intersection, the suspects crashed, their vehicle coming to a sudden stop. Without hesitation, all of them bolted from the car, fleeing on foot in different directions.
Show your hand! Show me your hand! They're all running southbound through the alley. Southbound. Got one male black, white, hooded. Take him into custody.
As the suspect came to a stop, backup arrived just in time. Officers swiftly apprehended each individual one by one. With the suspects in custody, this intense pursuit finally came to an end, bringing an end to a wild chase that had kept everyone on edge. In Warren, Ohio, on November 2nd, 2022, a Warren police officer spotted 39-year-old Lamar Mitchell, who was wanted for felonious assault. The officer attempted a traffic stop, but Mitchell refused to pull over. The suspect then fled, driving into a daycare center, prompting officers to pursue.
Get your hands up!
As the situation escalated and got out of control, officers were forced to deploy a taser to stop the suspect.
Get the kids, please. Get the kids. He act like it. Radio, stand by. We got him inside the building.
I don't have nothing. What am I hitting him off with? No. Something caught me in the mouth.
When he turned that corner, he was facing that way. He threw a gun. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah. You want to point your finger at me? You told me you were going to...
Don't yell at me!
No, screw you!
Get him out of here.
Mitchell fled into a classroom where several young children were present. Officers were ultimately able to apprehend him. Mitchell has been charged with the following: failure to comply, felonious assault, aggravated burglary, 4 counts of aggravated menacing.
Hey, ma'am, how you doing? Roll the window now. Hey, do you have your driver's license and registration on? Are you the RO of this vehicle? Can you state your name? Are you Alexandra? So it seems that you got a warrant out of Citrus County.
You're not allowed to stop me.
I am, because you matched the description of a wanted fugitive, okay?
Alexandra was stopped due to an active warrant, but from the very start, she was uncooperative. When instructed to exit the vehicle, she refused and took off, fleeing the scene, setting the stage for what would soon become a high-stakes pursuit.
Don't you drive off.
No,
Don't you do it. Don't you do it. St. John, she's taking off. She just got on the 95 northbound from 16. FHP's taking over lead, inside lane, northbound, 90 miles an hour. I-2, pit. Pit complete.
After a dramatic pursuit, Alexandra's escape was cut short when the trooper executed a perfect pit maneuver. The vehicle came to a stop and she was swiftly taken into custody, bringing the chase to an end.
Hey! Hold the station, man. The subject that's on my vehicle attempted to take it today.
On October 26, 2024, 2 deputies responded to a location in the 1500 block of Southeast 59th Street and made contact with 41-year-old James Brady. Brady requested assistance, stating he had taken drugs and needed medical attention, fearing he might be taken to jail. But what followed was nothing short of unexpected chaos. Stay tuned as the situation takes an unpredictable and intense turn, one you won't want to miss.
Hello, Sheriff's Office. What's going on?
I'm having a really bad day.
Okay.
You have my record, police record?
I got nothing, sir. All we got was a phone call saying you were at a cemetery, which wasn't the case.
Would you call in dispatch or have one more cop come out, please?
Dispatch called me here. What is it you need?
I don't trust anybody anymore.
Okay, well, you called us, so you must need us for something. So what is it going on? What is it you called us out here for? They told us that you called, said people were after you, you were in the trees, and then a second call came in, you said you were at the cemetery.
Okay.
That's all we've been told.
After a brief conversation with the deputies, James Brady suddenly stood up and bolted from the scene, leaving the deputies momentarily stunned and scrambling to react. What could Brady possibly have in mind, and where was he headed? Stay tuned to witness the bizarre twists and turns of this unexpected escape attempt.
Two. What's going on? Well, we don't really have any PC for anything at this point. Yeah. Is your car locked?
Yeah.
No. Whose car is that? I just locked it. Hey! 5507, man. Hey! Stop the car!
5507.
Hold the station, man. The subject that's on my vehicle attempted to take it today. Hey!
The deputies, caught off guard by James Brady's sudden escape, were left with no choice but to spring into action. Determined to regain control of the situation and ensure public safety, they initiated a pursuit. How could such a lapse happen? And what lengths will they go to prevent this situation from escalating further? Buckle up as this chase takes a wild turn.
Westbound 10th Street.
You can get a pin on that car, get a pin on that car. $65.85, I'm out.
Come out. 5080.
I'm behind it. I'm going to try and pit, Mary.
I'm trying to pit.
Okay, pit. 200 and okay. Pit. Do not let him get out of there.
After multiple attempts to bring the fleeing vehicle to a stop, the deputies successfully executed a pit maneuver at the intersection. James Brady exited the vehicle and was taken into custody without further incident. Brady was arrested and now faces a litany of serious charges, including fleeing and eluding police, failing to obey a law enforcement order to stop grand theft of a motor vehicle, aggravated battery on an officer, firefighter, or EMT, armed burglary of a structure of conveyance. No bond was set for Brady, marking the conclusion of this pursuit. Albuquerque police responded to a concerning situation on May 7, 2021, when they spotted Isabel Quintero, who had passed out at the wheel of her vehicle after driving erratically. Witnesses reported she had collided with several parked vehicles before finally coming to a stop on an on-ramp. Officers arrived on the scene and immediately secured the area.
Hello, did you call us? Yes. She's drunk, passed out, she hit me. Call out the license plate. Okay, I got the car off. We're good. Hey, do you got an ID on you? What's going on? You okay? Go ahead, step out. Hold on, you got motors here. Step out. Get your leg out. Get your leg out. Don't reach for anything. 47.
The officers quickly get the woman out of the vehicle, and it's clear she's heavily intoxicated. But instead of showing any signs of regret or concern, she acts like nothing happened, casually trying to play it cool with the officers.
Have any alcohol? Talk to this officer, all right?
How you doing? Hey, have a seat. No,
You get
sit
that
right
26,
here.
that's the car she get.
Right there. Sit on the curb. Sit right there.
Ow!
Yep. Stay sitting. Stay.
Let me get situated.
Stay over here.
You do not have permission to search my car.
Okay, talk to this officer, okay?
Stay over here.
You do not have permission
Talk to this officer.
to talk to my car.
Over here. Let's talk.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isabel Quintero, where are you coming from?
I'm coming from Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87121.
Alrighty, ma'am. So go ahead and look at the traffic out that way for me really quick. Put your hands behind your back.
As the officers begin to arrest her, Isabel suddenly decides to do something crazy.
Like that.
After nearly 5 hours of waiting for her to be medically cleared, Isabel was finally booked into jail. She faced multiple charges, including aggravated DWI, reckless driving, open container, possession of a controlled substance, and possession of an altered license. But in an unexpected twist, all charges were eventually dismissed when the arresting officer failed to show up for court, leaving Isabel Quintero with no further legal consequences for her actions. On August 23, 2022, Trooper conducted a traffic stop on a silver Corvette with Arkansas license plate for having tinted windows. The Corvette stopped on Pike Avenue.
I got a passenger getting out. Black male, white shirt.
The Corvette driver stopped briefly to drop off his friend, but as soon as the friend was out of the vehicle, the driver took off, initiating a pursuit. Somehow, as soon as the trooper began pursuing the driver, he lost sight of the Corvette. The trooper drove around the area for the next 15 minutes, searching for the fleeing vehicle, but the driver was nowhere to be found. After unsuccessful efforts, the trooper had no choice but to cancel the pursuit. On March 31st, 2023, a reckless police pursuit involving a stolen vehicle occurred from Charlotte County to Lee County, Florida. The Florida Highway Patrol reported that the incident began when a stolen Ford Edge SUV was spotted traveling south on the I-75. And troopers, alerted to the situation, located the vehicle near mile marker 143 at Bayshore Road in Lee County. The driver, later identified as 22-year-old Miguel Andrade of Port Charlotte, refused to stop, resulting in a high-speed chase southbound on the highway. After a trooper's initial attempt to stop the suspect failed when he briefly left the roadway, the suspect managed to get back onto the highway. Once on the interstate, he began driving recklessly, showing no regard for the safety of other drivers. As the suspect weaved through traffic, he made a critical mistake, colliding with another vehicle, which brought him to a stop. The suspect, identified as Miguel Andrade, was taken into custody and booked into the Lee County Jail, where he faces multiple charges. These include grand theft auto, fleeing and eluding, burglary, grand theft of a firearm, possession of a weapon by a convicted felon, obstruction without violence, reckless driving, no valid license, and probation violation for a prior grand theft auto. On August 10th, 2024, Florida Highway Patrol joined Cape Coral PD in a pursuit of a gray Hyundai Kona on Interstate 75 in Charlotte County. The driver, wanted for felony battery and child abuse, refused to stop as FHP took the lead with lights and sirens at mile marker 160.
That's for passing 167, traffic is late.
Trooper made contact with the suspect vehicle several times, but the impact wasn't enough to stop it. The suspect continued fleeing, recklessly passing on the left side of the road and showing complete disregard for the safety of other drivers. After pursuing the suspect for several miles, the trooper executed a precise pit maneuver, causing the suspect's vehicle to spin multiple times before crashing into a ditch. Troopers quickly exited their patrol car, arrested the suspect, and placed him in custody. The chase ended with the suspect being transported to jail, bringing this intense pursuit to a close. On November 27, 2024, Arkansas State Police were called to assist the Grant County Sheriff's Office in a high-speed pursuit. The suspect, driving a gray Dodge Challenger with black stripes, was speeding northbound on Interstate 530 near North Little Rock. Identified as Chico Halsey, the driver ignored commands to stop, made reckless lane changes, and dangerously increased his speed. Trooper quickly closed the gap on the Dodge Challenger, positioning his patrol car close enough to potentially execute a pit maneuver and bring the dangerous chase to an end.
30 approaching the north interchange, speed 132. Watch traffic. CBI further side, CBI further side.
The trooper executed a precise pit maneuver, causing the Dodge Challenger to spin out and crash into a concrete wall, bringing the vehicle to a stop. The suspect was then swiftly arrested and taken into custody without further incident, effectively bringing the high-speed chase to a safe and successful conclusion. On August 12, 2018, a reckless driver ran a stop sign at high speed right in front of a Greenfield police trooper. The trooper immediately activated emergency lights and sirens, but the driver failed to stop, leading to a wild pursuit.
You go first, I'll follow you. Take dispatch. We're going eastbound movement, approaching Cold Spring. Speeds are about 75 miles per hour. Traffic is light.
It didn't take long for the trooper to catch up with the fleeing driver, but when attempting to execute the pit maneuver, complete chaos ensued.
All right, roll over, squad, roll over, squad, Alumas.
The suspect continued fleeing as other patrol cars pursued him. The priority shifted to rescuing the trooper from the rolled-over vehicle. Thankfully, they were able to get him out, and he was unharmed. The suspect, 26-year-old Jorge Ornelas, was later stopped and arrested. He faces charges of first-degree reckless endangerment and fleeing an officer resulting in bodily harm after the high-speed pursuit. On August 23, 2022, Jacksonville Regional Communications Center issued a BOLO for a stolen vehicle. Trooper was stationed when he spotted a white box truck in the inside lane matching the description. After confirming with JRCC, they identified the vehicle as the stolen one. Before initiating the stop, the driver was erratically changing lanes without regard for other traffic. Sergeant Sabo joined Trooper, and they both attempted to stop the vehicle by activating their lights and sirens. However, the driver refused to pull over, initiating a pursuit.
I'm at 373. So they come down the hill, I'll be ready. Drivers continue northbound. Trying to get him to pull over. 404. Just forced him off the exit 374. Pull through the stop sign. 444, how many units you got? He's coming to me at 377, he's coming to me, he's traveling in the southbound lane. Traveling north to the southbound.
The suspect was posing a serious danger to everyone on the road, but executing a pit maneuver wasn't a safe option as it could have caused even more trouble. Let's see how this is going to play out.
Suspect going to the rest area. 54, he did not go in the rest area. He's still a little more. Suspect still northbound. Did not go in the rest area.
Copy this unit.
2-4. 1098 is the pursuit. With the troopers in it. Your radio's not working all the way. 578, go to the number 2 position center and right lane. Looks like he may get off the exit, but he's swerving all 3 lanes right now. There's 49 just tried to...
ACSO units deployed stop sticks, successfully deflating the vehicle's rear right tire. Despite this, the suspect continued driving recklessly, showing no regard for the safety of other drivers on the road.
484. Going north, he's probably going to get back on the interstate again. Keep heading north. He's going to go northbound, southbound lane. 22. Subject going the wrong way on the road. Real after the units behind us. Suspect vehicle. Continue. Wrong way west on 24 at this time. Wrong way west on 24 at this time. I have a triple behind the electric unit.
Multiple patrol cars closed in on the suspect, forcing him to turn into a parking lot. The chase was now on the brink of being brought to a stop.
Can I remain in the parking lot? Can I remain in the parking lot?
The chase ended on Archer Road, where the suspect drove on the wrong side of the road, hitting 2 ACSO K9 vehicles. After more failed pit attempts, ACSO units successfully stopped the suspect, Brandon James Baker, in a parking lot. He fled on foot but was quickly arrested. While in the patrol vehicle, Baker tampered with the camera. After being read his Miranda rights, he admitted to stealing several cards from the stolen vehicle. In Savannah, Georgia, a trooper spotted a vehicle exceeding the posted speed limit. As the trooper activated his lights and sirens to initiate a traffic stop, the driver immediately pulled into a gas station, which seemed like it would be a routine stop. However, what started as a standard traffic stop quickly escalated into one of the craziest nights for the trooper.
Okay.
Appreciate it. How you doing, man? I'm Trooper Jack. What's your driver's license with you? Appreciate it. All right, Mr. Wright, the reason I'm stopping you is checking back there on the viaduct. It says 60 miles an hour, so 40 mile an hour zone. Okay, y'all not maintaining your lane. What's going on?
As the trooper approached the vehicle, he noticed suspicious behavior from the driver, raising his concerns. The situation escalated further when the driver stepped out of the vehicle, increasing the tension. The trooper, now on high alert, prepared for what could potentially turn into a dangerous situation. The driver, clearly intoxicated, suddenly fled when the trooper attempted to arrest him, initiating a high-speed pursuit. The suspect was speeding over 100 miles per hour, running red lights and stop signs with no regard for the safety of other drivers on the road. Kenneth Wright, 37, got away after the trooper's car caught fire during a high-speed pursuit. During the chase, Wright struck 56-year-old Stephen Milton, who was crossing the street, instantly killing him. Wright was later found guilty on 9 counts, including felony murder and homicide by vehicle, after the deadly hit-and-run in June 2021. The pursuit began when Wright fled from a traffic stop, driving over 100 miles per hour and running red lights. Despite the trooper's efforts, Wright escaped temporarily, but he was eventually apprehended and convicted for his actions. In the late hours, while on a supervisor-approved road check at Liberty Parkway and Staley Avenue, trooper noticed a black sedan approaching the check. The suspect made an illegal U-turn over double yellow lines, turned off the lights, and sped off north on Liberty Parkway. Trooper activated sirens and emergency lights to initiate a stop, but the suspect ignored it, speeding at high rates and passing cars recklessly on the wrong side of the road. As the suspect entered a residential area, trooper realized the suspect had only one possible exit. The trooper strategically positioned himself on the other side, waiting for the suspect to approach.
Coming up. He just stopped sideways.
The chase ended when the suspect crashed into a curb and fire hydrant on Hopkins Street. He fled on foot, but Savannah Police K-9 Officer Lindsay and K-9 Bolt pursued him. The dog bit the suspect, leading to his arrest. Troopers later identified the suspect as Glenford Anthony Cutkelvin, whose license was suspended. He was found with alcohol, a loaded firearm, and drugs, including suspected cocaine and crack cocaine. After medical treatment for K-9 injuries, Cutkelvin was taken to jail for fleeing from law enforcement is already crazy. But what's even crazier is when the suspect is just 14 years old. This wild chase unfolded in Detroit when the 14-year-old was speeding over the posted limit and then failed to stop when a trooper activated emergency lights and sirens. The trooper had no idea he was chasing a 14-year-old, making this pursuit even more intense. After the trooper executed the first pit maneuver, the suspect kept fleeing, but just a few seconds later, the trooper was right back on his tail, making another attempt to stop the vehicle. The driver and passenger both exited the vehicle and began fleeing on foot, jumping over a fence. However, they didn't realize they were running straight into a lake. With nowhere to go, both suspects were successfully arrested and taken into custody. On December 26, 2022, in North Little Rock, Arkansas, the Arkansas State Police were called to assist the NLRPD in a stolen vehicle pursuit. Upon joining the chase, Trooper Christopher immediately took over as the primary unit, leading the effort to stop the fleeing suspect.
24 Little Rock, 1037. Continue going over Roosevelt. Springer, speed at 48. Going to be going in the Grand Median, North Harbor.
Hands! Hands! Let me see your hands!
Trooper Christopher Weatherly quickly responded to the stolen vehicle pursuit and ended it decisively with a pit maneuver. The suspect was brought to a stop, arrested and taken into custody, bringing the chase to a safe conclusion. On December 11, 2024, Trooper Collier Wright was notified that West Memphis authorities had attempted to stop a vehicle that fled from them. The vehicle, identified as a red Dodge Caravan, was reported to have a brake light out on the passenger side. Trooper Wright was in the area and began actively searching for the vehicle. The Dodge Caravan passed him and immediately began accelerating to speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour. Initiating a high-speed pursuit.
Secondary, primary, secondary. Traffic.
coming up to the
Do not rush. He's running. Got a runner.
Running on foot.
Trooper Wright performed a TVI, successfully removing the vehicle from the roadway and rendering it disabled. The driver, however, immediately fled on foot. Sergeant Roberts, who was secondary in the pursuit, observed the suspect running south. The suspect was described as a black male wearing a black jacket and dark-colored pants. While the driver was not located after the pursuit, evidence recovered from the van helped identify him. Warrants have been issued for Devont Willis on the following charges: reckless driving failure to yield to emergency vehicle fleeing in a vehicle, fleeing on foot, possession with intent to distribute schedule, no liability, insurance defective equipment, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of firearms by certain persons, unauthorized use of property, simultaneous possession of drugs and firearms. On July 15, 2024, the Omro Police Department, assisted by the Winnebago County Sheriff's Office, responded to a disturbance with a weapon. It was quickly learned that the suspects had fled the scene in a vehicle before officers arrived. The investigation revealed that the victim, a 65-year-old man from Omro, had placed an ad on Facebook Marketplace to sell his car. When the suspects responded, an altercation broke out, and during the struggle, one of the suspects produced a firearm. The victim was shot and sustained other injuries during the confrontation. After the suspects fled, law enforcement quickly located them, leading to a multi-jurisdictional chase.
Helicopter.
Losing his tires, he's gonna be westbound down Johnson. Say it's gonna hit.
Trooper executed a pit maneuver to spin the truck out. The suspects refused to surrender, with the driver putting the U-Haul in reverse and attempting to back into an intersection. A K-9 deputy, now face-to-face with the armed suspects, knew it was time to end the pursuit. He bumped the U-Haul to get them to surrender, but when that failed, he pushed the truck through the intersection, spinning it sideways before finally disabling it off the road. With multiple K-9 units and officers closing in, the suspects finally surrendered. A loaded firearm was recovered from the U-Haul, and the suspects were taken into custody. On July 6, 2023, a deputy in Deltona pulled over a black Mercedes for a temporary tag that was obscured by a cover plate. The driver, 23-year-old Michael Becht, stopped at the intersection of Catalina and Howland Boulevards, rolled down his window as the deputy approached.
Yo.
Yes, sir. I'll turn.
Yeah, turn in there, all right? Alpha 45, Central 12F. Did you see a black Mercedes go this way? Which way? That way? Yeah. 45 Central, I just got flagged down.
The driver initially agreed to pull into a nearby shopping plaza to avoid blocking traffic. But as the deputy walked back to his patrol car, Becht suddenly took off, heading down Catalina and fleeing toward Interstate 4. Air 1 quickly spotted the vehicle from above, tracking the suspect from the sky.
We got a detail unit right there at Williamson. Alright, everyone's got to give us a channel. Eastbound still. Alright, so they can try to eastbound past the racetrack. Coming up the Williamson now. Trying to the red ball. Where's the red light? Almost the Walmart. Come up to Nova now. Nova to the Nova eastbound.
After leading deputies on a chase, Becht finally came to a stop in traffic at the intersection. In an unexpected twist, Sheriff Mike Chitwood, dressed in a Daytona Tortugas t-shirt after leaving a game earlier, approached the vehicle and pulled Becht out of the car. As additional deputies joined in, they escorted Becht to the ground. Onlookers, surprised by the scene, quickly began recording the arrest.
Stop!
I hope they don't have a...
Turn the car off! Turn it off!
Good job.
Please sit here. Please sit here.
I ain't moving.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I got you. Come on out. Leave your shoes. Come on out. Coming up on your rear, Sheriff. Come on out. Come on out. Get on the ground. Do it now. Down right there. Go down right there.
Okay. Here you go. Here you go. You can stay cool.
After his arrest, Michael Becht confessed to and apologized for his actions. He was charged with fleeing or attempting to elude law enforcement and driving with a suspended license. Becht was taken to the Volusia County Branch Jail, where he was held on a bond of $5,500. On December 20th, 2024, Trooper Weatherly was parked when he observed a black Nissan Pathfinder traveling left of center. Following the vehicle, Trooper Weatherly noticed it was speeding, driving 65 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone. After confirming the speed with radar, he activated his lights to initiate a traffic stop. Despite flashing his spotlight and chirping his siren, the driver, later identified as Gregory Wagster, continued speeding at over 60 miles per hour, passing multiple businesses and private driveways, showing no intention of stopping. Trooper Weatherly then fully activated his siren and notified dispatch of the ongoing attempt to stop the vehicle.
John Coleman, Lance, 077 X-ray Georgia Call, 077 X-ray Georgia Call, it's a lot this year. I'm gonna let him go off for a second here.
As the suspect showed no intention of stopping and the road was clear, Trooper Weatherly executed a pit maneuver to bring the vehicle to a stop. However, the suspect managed to recover and quickly got back onto the road, continuing to flee. Right after the suspect regained control and got back on the road, Trooper Weatherly executed one more pit maneuver, finally bringing the vehicle to a stop. His face showed he knew his escape was over and arrest was imminent.
Get off. Okay, stop. Start me at 1011. We're in front of it's the old MacArthur Church.
Wagster acknowledged he understood his rights, but refused to take a breath test. When asked why, he admitted to drinking whiskey, claiming it shows up higher on the breath test than beer. Wagster agreed to take the horizontal gaze nystagmus test. During the test, he mentioned being on blood pressure and HIV medication. After following the instructions, Trooper Weatherly observed signs of impairment, including lack of smooth pursuit and distinct nystagmus in both eyes. Wagster was charged with fleeing, DWI second offense, refusal to submit to a chemical test, driving left of center, no seatbelt, and speeding. On August 27, 2024, a Kentucky state trooper tried to stop a cafe-style motorcycle for traffic violations. The driver, Ricky Pilkington from Louisville, refused to stop and led troopers on a pursuit.
It's going to be a sport bike. I don't have a color. A white operator, wearing shorts and gray t-shirt, bald head.
I-75 now coming up the Wedge Drive. He's about 100 line traffic. 421 coming out lane.
Chasing a motorcyclist can be incredibly difficult for troopers. A pit maneuver is never an option, and the best they can do is wait for backup or hope the motorcyclist stops on their own. Let's watch this chase and see how it played out in this case.
Alright, it's going way down. About 60 miles an hour right now. Passing Farmag Avenue. Late down in maybe stopping here. He's signaling that he's slowing down. We're turning left onto lead us into the lane. He's taking back off. We're in a 35 mile an hour zone. We're on Spencer Mattingly Road. No traffic. He's stopping it.
Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands!
Realizing the situation was getting worse, the motorcyclist decided to pull over, knowing he could face even bigger trouble if he continued fleeing. Troopers quickly exited their patrol cars and arrested him without incident.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Do not move!
Hey, listen, man.
Do not move! Lay on your stomach! Lay on your stomach! You're gonna get tased if you don't get on your stomach! Get on your stomach! Do not move!
Hey, I just want to get to my daughter, man.
Don't move! Stop!
Sorry, man. I just want to get to my daughter. It's all over with.
You're lucky you didn't die.
I just want to get to my daughter, man.
How much you have to drink?
None. My daughter's dead, man.
The motorcyclist, later identified as Ricky Pilkington, was taken into custody by Kentucky State Troopers. Ricky Pilkington was arrested and booked at the Nelson County Jail on charges including speeding, assaulting a police officer, fleeing or evading, reckless driving, resisting arrest, and several other violations. His bond is set at $20,000. On September 10, 2022, Arkansas State Troopers were engaged in the pursuit of a Ford SUV when additional assistance was requested. Trooper Jacob BYRD, renowned for his skills and known as one of the best in the force, promptly responded to the call. Within minutes, Trooper BYRD joined the pursuit, ready to assist in bringing the situation under control.
Going west. Going west on 20th Street.
While attempting to catch up with the suspect, Trooper BYRD unfortunately struck a dog with his patrol car. The exact condition of the dog is unknown as the pursuit continued uninterrupted.
Going west on Charles Bussy. West on Charles Bussy. And Tyler. Since we're going south on Whitmore, not primary, I'm trying to get that big tree.
After some time, Trooper BYRD finally closed the distance and assumed the role of the primary unit in the pursuit, taking the lead in the effort to bring the suspect to a stop.
I got a black belt running
North. Start west on 28. Black shirt, black pants, running toward ULR. The car looks clear. He's still running. Get on your face! Get on your face! Put your hand.
Trooper Byrd executed a precise pit maneuver, stopping the suspect's vehicle. The suspect then exited the vehicle and fled on foot, demonstrating not only exceptional driving skills but also impressive athleticism. Trooper Byrd chased the suspect down on foot, catching and arresting him. The suspect was taken into custody, officially bringing the high-stakes pursuit to an end. Let us know in the comments if you think Trooper Byrd deserves the title of the best Arkansas State Trooper. In Flagler County, Florida, on January 4th, 2025, just before midnight, Deputy Christopher Murphy noticed a man later identified as 38-year-old Michael McDermott standing on the sidewalk next to a bicycle lying on the ground. When Deputy Murphy attempted to make contact, McDermott picked up the bike and began riding away. Deputy Murphy activated his emergency lights to initiate a traffic stop. Initially, McDermott appeared to comply, slowing down just enough for Deputy Murphy to exit his vehicle, only to suddenly pedal away at full speed.
What's up, man? Stop. Stop right there. He's fleeing. Seriously! What the fuck? Seriously! Fuck, what the fuck, man? I didn't fucking do that! Why'd you do that? What the fuck? Put your hands behind your fucking back! Got me!
Deputy Murphy, concerned McDermott might engage him with the firearm, made a decisive move by striking McDermott with his patrol vehicle, ejecting him from the bicycle and causing the firearm to fall to the ground. With backup from Deputy Michael Anderson, who arrived seconds later, McDermott was secured without further incident. A 9mm Ruger firearm was recovered at the scene, along with a holster McDermott had been wearing. McDermott was arrested on multiple charges, including assault or battery on a law enforcement officer, fleeing and eluding, resisting an officer with violence, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. He was treated for a minor ankle injury at Advent Health Palm Coast Parkway and later transported to the Sheriff Perry Hall Inmate Detention Facility. On January 5th, 2025, a trooper conducted a traffic stop on a Chevrolet Silverado for expired registration. When the trooper activated emergency equipment, the truck initially did not reduce speed and passed several turning lanes, which are common stopping points in this area. Eventually, the truck stopped partially in the roadway, which the trooper found unusual given the available safe stopping locations nearby. Due to the truck being lifted, the trooper approached on the driver's side and made contact with the driver, later identified as Sean Carter.
Driver's license first. Driver's license first, sir.
I have it on me, man.
You have anything here with your name on it?
Not.
What's your name?
It's Corey Slicker.
Corey Slicker?
Yeah, Corey Slicker.
Okay, the reason I stopped you because his tag's expired.
It's expired?
Yeah, it's expired February 16th. Okay, you step out for me, man.
Hey, man.
Step out of the truck for me. Step out of the truck for me. 86 Red, start me another unit. Step out of the truck. Step out of the truck now.
I gotta go.
Step out of the truck. Radio, I'm 1080.
Sean stated he had to go, then aggressively accelerated the truck, initiating a pursuit.
Stand by. Exit Spring Street, 70 miles an hour.
hospital, maybe?
Sean then aggressively accelerated the vehicle again, making the next right turn toward the hospital.
That's it. We're going to the hospital. 6 a.m. Check them out. 86 radio. That's it. Taking into it right here in the parking lot.
To prevent potential harm to civilians or property, Trooper Grace attempted a pit maneuver. While the first attempt caused the truck to slide, it did not lose traction. A second pit maneuver forced the truck onto a grassy curb, where it came to a stop. Sean exited the vehicle and fled on foot. Trooper Grace observed him running through the parking lot and later entering the hospital. Hospital staff reported Sean running through the lobby. Trooper Grace spotted Sean exiting the emergency room and attempting to re-enter another locked door. After a short foot pursuit, Sean surrendered and was placed under arrest. During a search, Sean's ID revealed multiple active warrants for his arrest, including probation violation, shoplifting, and failure to appear. He was transported to the Walton County Jail. Warrants were obtained for expired tag, reckless driving, felony fleeing, and obstruction.
Cranston to Roses Express.
In Euclid, Ohio, officers responded to a report of a stolen vehicle. After searching the area, an officer spotted a vehicle matching the description. When the officer activated emergency lights and sirens, the driver accelerated. Confident they had located the suspect, the officers initiated a pursuit. The suspect ran multiple red lights and drove at a high rate of speed, creating a gap between himself and the pursuing officer. However, just a few minutes later, the officer closed in as the suspect crashed the vehicle. The driver then exited the car and fled on foot into a nearby parking lot.
Cranston to Roses Express.
Copy, crash.
368 copy, crash. OIC to the location.
43 was at Express.
We got nail detains!
Copy, nail detained.
Really suspect that we talked to him.
The suspect was apprehended after being tased. The suspect, later identified as Deshaun Franklin, was indicted on multiple charges, including having weapons while under disability, failure to comply with the order or signal of a police officer, carrying concealed weapons, improperly handling firearms in a motor vehicle, receiving stolen property, obstructing official business. On March 7, 2021, on the Florida Turnpike, a heated argument between Joshua McCray and driver Jennifer O'Delly escalated when McCray grabbed the steering wheel, causing the vehicle to swerve and strike O'Delly on the head and neck. After stopping the car, O'Delly attempted to flee with her backpack containing the vehicle keys and cell phone, but McCray pursued her, striking her again and demanding the backpack. When she refused, McCray pulled out a knife, attempted to cut the backpack from her shoulder, and injured her left ring finger. After a struggle, McCray succeeded in taking the backpack, which contained the key fob for the vehicle, and fled in the car. Moments later, Florida Highway Patrol troopers spotted the suspect southbound on the turnpike, initiating a pursuit.
Try to get a photo of him, see if you can slow it down before they get past this channel. Next, big ones are coming up on traffic. I'm calling them, Ramsey.
train to the outside enemy, passing in the shoulder. 1 please keep us back.
The suspect eventually lost control of the vehicle, nearly crashing as he swerved dangerously. A nearby truck driver, witnessing the chaotic scene, noticed the danger and attempted to intervene, trying to stop the suspect. Check it out.
In this thing, somebody's going to crash, he lost control. He's back on the roadway.
The suspect, Joshua McCrae, was arrested and charged with several serious offenses, including battery, grand theft of a motor vehicle, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, robbery with a weapon, and carjacking with a firearm or weapon. However, surprisingly, he was not charged with fleeing and eluding. Leave your thoughts on that down in the comments. Should he have been charged with fleeing as well? On April 30th, 2022, Michigan State Police troopers from the Grand Rapids Post identified a stolen U-Haul. Troopers attempted to initiate a traffic stop, but the driver refused to comply, sparking a pursuit through Grand Rapids.
Northbound at 28.
Hey, from pursuing northbound 28. Confirming the plate, Adam Lincoln 04617.
Yep, you got it.
Northbound, come up Burton, switching over to GR South.
I copy that. Northbound, come up to Bird, switching over to GR.
The trooper, unsure about executing a pit maneuver without backup, maintained a close tail on the stolen U-Haul while awaiting assistance. Despite the driver's reckless attempts to evade capture, the trooper ensured the vehicle stayed within sight, staying ready to act and prevent further danger to the public.
Yeah, if you will, let me know. No, I saw what you tried to do there at Wealthy. MSP6.
The suspect exited the highway, reducing his speed and giving the trooper an opportunity to close the gap. With the stolen U-Haul slowing down, the chase entered a critical phase, setting the stage for a pivotal moment in this intense pursuit.
Alley. Westbound through an alley.
Stop! Stop! Say police, stop!
MSP 6154. Lane.
The driver eventually abandoned the U-Haul and fled on foot, managing to evade capture at the scene. However, his escape was short-lived. His passenger, who identified herself as his girlfriend, confirmed his identity to authorities and his wallet with his ID that was left behind in the vehicle. With this evidence, warrants were quickly obtained for his arrest. Later, the suspect was located and taken into custody, ultimately being lodged at the Kent County Jail, bringing this case to a full circle.